And I think it's important to remember too that this this business of science is not that old. We tend to think of it as this institution that has been around forever, and at some level it has. People have been doing science a long time, but for a very long time, it was sort of the gentleman scientist,
Yeah,
right?
it was not a profession. It was
Correct.
a pastime.
Yes.
But it's really not until after World War II, and especially in the US, where you have the government basically made a deal with universities to say, we are going to fund research, fund academic science
Yeah. At a basic
to
level,
right
right?
at a basic level to drive innovation. And the deal was you're going to get the smartest people to work really hard for not that much money, and we are going to be the center of innovation for the world.
Right. This was all very intentional, as you just pointed out, and not for the good of the world, right? Not because science is cool. It was a defense decision, right? It was very, very clear after World War II that, the ability of the United States to develop the atomic bomb before anyone else was an extraordinarily important defense strategy, right? And it became clear, I think, to folks at the government level and also at the university and scientific level that having sort of the front line of basic investigation at a scientific level was a really important defense strategy across the U.S. And so that was up until very, very recently the prevailing understanding of why it is that this relationship has sort of existed. Now, unfortunately, perhaps that's being shaken a bit. Perhaps that sort of symbiotic relationship is not quite as clear to the government, at least, as it was. And to be honest with you, to be really, really frank, I don't know that it's all that clear to the scientific community anymore
Yeah,
that it needs to understand that there was a very specific reason that investment happened, right? And part of that pact was that you were going to unleash the scientists and then you were not going to get in their way. And it was important that you didn't get in their way. It was important that the government was not going to tell scientists what to do.